Hey everyone, welcome back to Wealth is Work. I'm Brian Sullivan, and as always, I'm here with Olivia Wilcox. Today, we're talking about something that, honestly, is the foundation of every financial plan, your emergency fund.
Yeah, and I know it sounds basic, but I swear this is the one thing that keeps me from spiraling when life throws a server crash. A financial curveball my way. It's your safety net, right? For job loss, medical bills, your car suddenly deciding it hates you, all that fun stuff.
Exactly. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen an emergency fund save someone from a real mess. I had a client, let's call her Lisa, who got laid off out of the blue. She had about 4 months of expenses stashed away. That fund meant she didn't have to rack up credit card debt while she job hunted. She told me later it was the only reason she slept at night during that stretch.
That's huge. And the standard advice is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses, right? But I always get tripped up on what counts as essential. Is it just rent and ramen noodles, or can I sneak in my Spotify subscription?
Well, if Spotify is what keeps you sane, maybe that's essential for you. But really, it's the non-negotiables: housing, utilities, groceries at the basic level, insurance, transportation, the stuff you absolutely have to cover if things get tight. You add that up for 1 month, then multiply by 3 or 6, depending on your comfort level and how steady your income is.
And if your income's all over the place, say you're freelancing or working in tech contracts, maybe you want to aim for the higher end, like 6 months or more. Job searches can drag on, and those bills don't care if your next gig is still in the pipeline.
Absolutely. And honestly, even just starting with 1 month of expenses is a great first step. It feels way more doable, and it gives you a quick win. That first $2,500 or so can stop you from reaching for a credit card when the water heater explodes or your dog eats something he shouldn't.
Yeah, and it builds momentum. Once you see that first chunk sitting there, it's way easier to keep going. It's like, hey, I did that. Maybe I can do another month. Okay, so let's talk about actually building this thing. I know for me, the only way I ever save is if I automate it. I split my direct deposit, part goes to checking, part straight to my emergency fund. It's just like setting up automated cloud backups. If I have to remember to do it, it's not happening.
That's the trick, right? Treat it like a bill you have to pay. Set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $25 a week. Consistency is what gets you there, not giant leaps. And, if your employer lets you split your paycheck, that's even better. Pay yourself first before you have a chance to spend it.
And where do you actually park the money? I used to just leave it in my checking account, but then it mysteriously disappeared every month. Now I use a high yield savings account, one of those online banks. The interest isn't life changing, but it's way better than nothing, and it's FDIC insured, so I don't have to stress about it.
Yeah, high yield savings is the go-to for most people. Money market accounts are another option. Sometimes they have higher minimums, but you might get check writing privileges. And if you want a little more yield and don't need instant access, short-term CDs can work, like 6-month ladders. But the big thing is, keep it safe and accessible. No stocks, no crypto, nothing that can drop in value overnight. This is not the place to chase returns.
Yeah, don't get fancy. This is your sleep at night money, not your get rich money. And honestly, the automation is what makes it painless. I barely notice it's gone, but after a few months, it's like, whoa, I actually have a cushion now.
Exactly. And if you ever have to dip into it, that's okay. That's what it's there for. Just make a plan to build it back up, same way. Automatic, small steps. So here's where it gets personal. That 3 to 6 months is a good baseline, but your number might be different. If your income is unpredictable or you're self-employed, you might want 9 or even 12 months. I had a client, a freelancer in Miami, who set a 9-month buffer after a hurricane wiped out local work for months. That fund kept her afloat until things picked up again.
Yeah, and for retirees, it's a whole other ballgame. Some folks want a year or more just for peace of mind. I love that SWAN number idea, the sleep well at night number. It's not just about math, it's about what lets you actually relax. For me, I need a little extra in there just so I don't wake up at 3 a.m. worrying about, I don't know, my roof caving in or something.
And if you ever have to use your fund, don't beat yourself up. That's the point. Just go back to those automatic contributions. even if it's a small amount. Refill the bucket, one drop at a time.